Now that what are you doing? Now
Cool.
that is an intro.
Okay.
That's how intros are done, baby.
It's pretty nice.
Welcome to Wednesday live with Mad and Culture and doing it live. But we're doing it on my channel. Why? Because it's better over here. There's more freedom. There's less restrictions. You don't have to pay for super chats. And with me, as always, is Culture.
I have to pay on my channel. You often accuse me of like highlighting everything and running
You do,
behind, and
though.
you're really mean.
No, I'm not gonna accept that after what you said in the back.
What did I say in the
You're
back?
yelling at me about not knowing how to tweet.
No, all I said is you need to get TweetDeck so that you can and set your stuff up in advance so you can promote your shows.
I don't know what TweetDeck is.
It's a thing to more efficiently and effectively use Twitter. It allows you to schedule tweets, months in advance and stuff. You can do amazing stuff with Twitter.
Well, that sounds nice.
Yeah, it is nice. What do you mean it sounds nice? It is.
It sounds nice.
Do you ever use Minds anymore? You should. Minds works really well.
I have it.
You should use it.
I would if I had the time and remember my password.
Well, you can just say forgot password.
Right. Well, so actually, I'm looking something. I'm trying to find that. Man, it didn't even save correctly. Whatever. We're done. We're not using it.
What are you trying to do?
You should have sent me earlier. Anyway, no, that's too bright.
I sent you the background. Is this what
I've saved it wrong? Anyway, so what did you bring us as article wise, or should we say hi to the chat while I?
Oh, let's say hi to the chat first. That's what we traditionally do on the Wednesday live.
Say hi to the chat. Why are we still in Street Smarts mode?
I'm not. I'm not. I'm happy to be here for a change.
Thank you.
It's weird. It's weird that I'm on your channel and we're not doing Street Smarts or what was the other show? Paradisium?
That was one. Yeah, Paranormal.
Oh, but that was actually fun too. Why is it that you and I, the stuff that I have the most fun doing, we don't do very much?
I don't know. Something happens. Hey, can you say hi to these?
Hey, what's going on? It's Aluvri and Imakara saying hi to the chat. Well, hail to you. Hail to you. Good to see you, all of you people. I appreciate you following us over here to hang out on MadBarber Entertainment. We've got that 70s rock fan who was telling us to get on with it. We have Yeti Cast, who was begging for a wrench earlier in the stream. And the ever lovely Tina Bojan is here with us as well. It's great to see Tina. Tina is awesome. If you see this avatar anywhere, it's telling you that there is quality content on that channel. We also have the producer extraordinaire with us. His name is Kip Ellis, and he's hoping that Yeti Cast is wearing a daft hat or wig. Mr. Dragon is with us, as is Wookie Supremacy. What's up, Wook? Good to see you, brother. And our good friend Marby Dog is saying, make live streams great again. Well, we are actually trying to do that pretty efficiently, I'd say. With Mad Marzipan is doing a great job of putting these together. Twitter does make you better. So does breaking up, which is hard to do. And E. Clay Thomason is out there. Good to see you.
E. Clay.
Let's see. We've got Ironcaster here. He says, you only get a wrench if Mads would play beach volleyball with you. That's true. You do have to play beach volleyball with Mardigan. You gotta grease up ahead of time, though. I mean, you got to look like you're shiny.
Could you imagine Yeti with all of that like baby hair, oil and sand up in his hair? Yeah, man.
Really, really bad. Darth Scipio's hanging out. Well, that's good to see you, Darth Scipio. I'm going to have some not extraordinary content. Wait a minute. Now you're going to have great content, Aluvri and Imakara. I can't wait to watch Candyland board game. Looking forward to that. Zach is in the chat. Zach's in the chat. See Zach? He says, what's up? There we go. Hey,
nailed it. So whenever I was downloading it from Twitter, it was coming as a large JPG or some BS. So I downloaded it from Twitter on my phone and then emailed it to myself and didn't open it up through that email, and then it worked. So boom, science.
It's a PNG. It's not a JPEG.
Well, it is the way you have to save it on the computer though, because you can't download it like
Um,
what you can on your phone. It's a whole thing, man. This
if you
is
had TweetDeck,
technology.
you just if you had a TweetDeck, it would be
I don't have a
easier.
tweet deck. I
Get a
don't
TweetDeck.
rollerblade or skateboard. You
Oh
have an
god.
article for us?
Yeah, but what I thought, oh yeah, hey, this is an interesting thing. I thought this was interesting. So there are two major real estate search engines that are not going to give you crime data anymore when you're looking for a house to buy or rent. because it's an equity. This is apparently there's a racial equity push when it comes to this, and I'm like going, what? So you don't want people informed about the crime. So now you're really going to have fewer homes selling in certain parts of town. You're going to have this is going to be a problem, right? Where sometimes there's an area that's undergoing gentrification, the crime is down, and all of that. But those houses aren't going to turn over because even though the crime is down, people are going to have a preconception. That's messed up. So, but anyway, I'll read this anyway. Realtor.com has removed crime data from its website. Redfin has decided to not add it out of concerns that it could perpetuate racial inequity. What?
Huh? What? I was reading the chat.
So David Doctorow, the CEO of Realtor.com and apparently perennial idiot, said a company update this week that crime map layer has been removed from all search results on the website to rethink the safety information we share on Realtor.com. Says that the removal was part of a company effort to level the playing field and put people in crime-ridden areas that don't want to be in them, or next door to pedophiles or other bad beings. Doesn't seem fantastic.
So wait. It's going to scrutinize what safety means to buyers and renters. Hey, guy, why don't you let us decide what safety means to us? You just provide facts and figures and worry about our interpretation of it, not your own. You know what I mean? Like that's the problem. Like they're taking data.
But he's using these hard and fast lies that have been disproven, especially over the last 40 years. Let me read this. This is a statement from this knucklehead. He says, yet we keep bumping up against one very old and persistent problem. The ability to afford and own a home can be unjustly limited to one's race, ethnicity, or personal characteristics. What?
No,
what?
No, that's not a thing that happens.
I'm flabbergasted at this stuff, right? All of that's untrue, especially if you're an ESG based banking thing. You're giving people loans who literally don't qualify for them.
Yeah, like I mean, look, if I go and try to buy a house or whatever, and my credit score is garbage, I'm probably not going to get it, despite how white I am. Believe me, I wish it wasn't like that. I wish we could go back to the whole thing.
You mean where it was about can you afford to pay off this loan?
No, I mean like I can get it because I'm white. Like you look like a
Oh, I thought you were like actually making a point.
Trustworthy white boy. No.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but it's insane.
So what the bad part about this though, right? Is so they're taking data, all right,
that they
widely available,
freely available. Yeah.
Right? And then rather than providing that raw data to us, to their customers or whatever, they're filtering it through this lens of equity and inclusion and diversity, right? Rather than just providing us the data ourselves so we can interpret it, so they can decide how we decide on what we consider important before we move.
But they're also
facts are racist, mad.
That's true. But they're also reinforcing by the way, that's our producer on the show. That's YetiCast. He's got more responsibility. So, but they're perpetuating the lie that race has something to do with criminal activity. I have a real problem with that. They are actually being overly racist by doing this. And in their statements, they essentially are saying something incredibly racist. It's very frustrating to me.
Well, yeah, because that's so what they're saying is like because black people are so violent and are such criminals, we can know to be inclusive and diverse, we can't include the stats anymore because then people are going to see how bad they are. Like that's how they're thinking. That's so is that's not the way that they're presenting it, but
No,
that is what they are doing. They are literally trying to hide these facts because they think people will see it as being
this
a race issue because they
and
see it as a race
and
issue.
this flies in the face of federal laws and probably some state laws. I mean, there's some real problems here. Now, look, if you're an investor, you bought into realtor.com, and according to his own words, David Doctorow, the CEO of realtor.com, he's telling you he's a relative newcomer to the real estate industry. Okay. So, as somebody who doesn't know anything about this, he's dumb. He says, I've been struck by how entrenched this problem is. What problem?
Yeah. What is what damn it, what is it? Philly? Yeah, come on, Boys to Man, their acapella one. Boys to Man,
ABC,
IEG. Yeah.
DVD,
Yeah. Sorry. That's what it made.
East
That's what
Coast Family.
her message made me think of Rough Girl. But
I'm a rough girl. Oh, anyway. But it's insane because look, he says stories about this has zero to do with this crime statistic bologna sausage either. Stories abound about Black, Hispanic, and Asian home buyers receiving unequal treatment. No, it doesn't. Do you know why this can't happen anymore? Because of the laws that are on the books. That if any of this practice goes on, believe me, I'm familiar with this. If any of this goes on, these people end up in big trouble. End up in a lot of trouble. So nobody's receiving unequal treatment. Whether their ability to see whatever homes they like, then the real estate company's in trouble. And they're saying, and continuing through the appraisal and mortgage processes, you realize how fast these companies would be out of business if they cared about any other color than green. This stuff pisses me off. And I was going to do a video about this, but I couldn't figure out how to put an entertainment spin on it. So I'm glad we're able to do it here on Wednesday Live because this is crap. I mean, you're conflating like one issue with another. Crime data with the ability to see and purchase a property.
Like, yeah, like it's weird, like because like whenever you're buying a house, or whatever, if there's somebody that was murdered in your house, like they have to tell you before you buy it. They had to, dispose like
Disclosure.
disclose, that
Or if it
information.
was haunted, they have to do that too.
Well, it depends on the state with the haunting thing, I believe. I
Yeah.
don't think that's consistent across the board. No, again, I've had property in other states, so it's
Texas,
different.
we don't mess around with ghosts, man.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I mean, state to state, right? But pretty much all of this is covered under the federal laws, right?
Well,
You know, and
it's weird how like they have to disclose that type of information, but they do not have to tell you about the crime surrounding this house. The house is ghost free, but just make sure you don't look up any data.
And think about this. I mean, maybe this is the Darcipio says something. People may come to a prejudiced decision when they drive through a neighborhood because if somebody has 3 cars parked in their front lawn, it's a bad neighborhood. Well, perhaps not. Perhaps they are remodeling the house and the yard is dirt because they just got done tore it up.
Context, like
always matters.
Yeah, because like there's plenty of reasons why there may be 3 cars in the yard. Like, is the grass overgrown the wheels? Are there wheels on these 3 cars?
Or is it close to a football or baseball stadium and it's spring training and you're renting out your yard for parking at $25 a car?
Is it 4th of July? They're having a party.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that actually valet parking for that house? Well, no, you laugh. I've been to houses within gated communities with gates on the house themselves, and you roll in, and when they're having an extravaganza, you literally have cars parked on the yard. In beautiful Bay Hill Country Club neighborhood in Florida, which is in Orlando, it's a Arnold Palmer golf course community. People have to park in the yard when they have guests and stuff like that because they have no on the street parking. So you'll see, like when there are parties there, you'll see vehicles parked in the front yard. I understand the point that Darcipio is making, but this is one of those situations where it's like, it's like,
well, so
it's not signs of a bad neighborhood.
I mean, yeah, those houses though, they have money to pay for somebody to come and replace their St. Augustine. Go ahead and park on my St. Augustine, see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, not.
Well, I wouldn't care. St. Augustine's a bounce back grass. You don't have to worry about that. Even you can even have what do you call it? Well, even TIFF. Any kind of TIFF or similar grass. I mean, there's not a lot of grasses don't come back right away. So
I was on the grass judging team right when I was in high school.
Yeah, I've heard about this. Yeah,
it's a real thing.
Yeah, I know. 4F or something.
4F? What? FFA?
Oh, that's what I said.
There was 4-H was another thing. I wasn't part of 4-H though. Oh. I was in ag in high school, so I had to do something to join the grass judging team.
Yeah, the attorney general took a real liking to you, I guess. So.
What?
AG, the attorney general.
No, ag, dude.
Ag what? Like is
agriculture, like.
Oh, okay, all right, I get it.
It was a course in high school. I grew up in East Texas. Of course, we had ag.
High school? What's high school?
In high school, we're saying the same thing. You're just being mean about it.
That's probably true. Olivia and Emma Carson, I'm from Montana. My family had 2 trucks, 3 cars, a crap trailer, and a carcass of a swing set out in the yard for years. Does that mean it's a bad neighborhood?
Well, I wouldn't be your neighbor. Yeah, I wouldn't be your neighbor.
Oh, stop it. Look, my entire lifetime was not spent on those things. But like you said, this kind of stuff is ridiculous, right? Here's the weird thing. So on the same day that Realtor.com announced it was removing crime data, Redfin came out with a full-throated, this is not coordinated at all, denunciation of crime data being included in real estate websites. The chief growth officer, his name is Christian Taubman, announced that after consideration, the company would not be adding crime data to its own platform. So these are 2 places not to give business because they are making fake correlations.
By the way,
I'm tired of it.
Scipio, whatever his name is, he really hit a chord with this whole cars in the front yard.
Cars in the yards. Did a good job there. But you're right. I mean, what you were about to say about it was that, is the grass growing up over the wheel wells?
Yeah.
No.
Like, there's...
No. It's just one of those weird things. Right?
Are they El Caminos? Like, there's all kinds of things that would... Man, I would love El Camino.
Yeah, we want to go back to the primacy of shareholder capitalism versus the stakeholder bologna sausage of the collectivist Marxists. That's basically the concept behind it. So I thought it would be an interesting story. Hopefully those of you who are out there in the world think so as well.
What website is this? Restoring America? What kind of far-right
it's
conservative?
Washington Examiner. No, it's just that's their special that's their special banner line. It's from the Washington Examiner. So.
Did you want to do that article that Yeti gave us?
Yeti gave us an article? I know that. No, he didn't give it to us. That 70s crazy guy did, I think.
Oh, is that who got it?
Yeah.
What was it? Control. And there we go. All right.
No, Darcy, I feel you, brother. I just tried to highlight the chat, realized that I can't. Yeah, he says, let me rephrase that. When everyone in the neighborhood has 3 or 4 cars parked in the front yard. Okay. I see what you're saying. And those cars aren't running. Yeah, that also includes the how high up on the car's wheel well is the grass. Yeah, I feel you, brother. Okay, that might be an indication. I'm just saying I've seen that happen. So yeah. E. Clay Thomason is funny. Full-throated, odd choice of words. No, they're oh God, Lord.
Wait, why isn't it scrolling down on mine? That's weird. What happened?
Did you share it or did Yeti share it?
I don't know. I thought I did. Share screen, tab. And let me check and see if it's scrolling. It is not. That's so weird. Oh, you know why? I know why. Hold on. I figured it out.
Crack
Sorry, I
cocaine?
had it open in another window.
Ah, fuck.
There we go. Figured it out. Figured it out. All right. You gonna read this one? Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, apparently I'm looking at this lady's lip. All right, is there a top to this or a bottom to this or what's going on?
What are you talking
Oh,
about?
wait. There's a title. I don't see the title for the article.
Oh, there's a whole lot of bottom to this one.
There you go.
All right, there we go. Vice, from their identity area, like anybody cares. How to eat out a non-op trans woman.
Keep going.
Trans women who haven't had bottom surgery and trans sex experts weigh in on oral pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Fantastic. Everybody is different. Or everybody, excuse me, is different, which means pleasure is always complex. And that's the case even for acts as common as oral sex. For this installment of How to Sex, I interviewed non-op, pre-op trans women, that is, trans women who have not had bottom surgery and may never get it.
Wait, stop. What's the difference between non-op and pre-op?
Well, it's like non-op, they're not ever going to do it. Pre-op means they're before they're getting their hackadectomy.
Yeah, got it? Yeah, no. You're on my channel. It's okay.
All right. Okay. Anyway, trans women who have not had bottom surgery and may never get it, about how they like to be orally pleasured.
I wonder.
For extra context, oh, I'm sorry, Tina. I also spoke to and gathered tips from some professional trans sex experts, and I let them do the talking because trans writer Kennedy Nadler has put it, it's rare for a public conversation about what trans women do in bed to have a vocabulary and grammar that we decide upon. That's actually probably very true.
No, hold on. So so this is what's great about it, right? Is that so it's that whole thing where they overcomplicate scenarios, right? And they use words that don't mean anything outside of academia or these very specific groups of people, so that they can use it in almost like slide by without anybody like equity, right? Whenever you hear the word equity, in the context that they always use equity and equality, right? And if you're not listening, you're like, those two things, I guess, are similar in some way, right?
No, they're not.
But if you don't know what equity actually means, it's just going to pass you by. And so that's what they want. They want it to just pass by. So not that many people.
Dude, Chevelles the Malibu is one of my favorite cars.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Still don't treat the following as gospel, but merely as suggestions or inspiration. Remember that being aware and receptive and communicative with your partner is more important than any sex guide that you'll read on the internet. Well, that's also sound advice. Yeah.
Disagree. I can hear myself in your audio.
I don't care really a lot. Look, on my side, it says echo cancellation. So look at your own.
I don't think it's through StreamYards is the problem. I think it's through your soundboard.
No, it's not possible. I'm looking at my soundboard. If there's no other sound going out right now.
Okay. Sorry.
I just hear you.
Okay.
I'm looking at my soundboard. Gonna make me double check again. This is great YouTube.
No, well, I mean, the echo hearing like the echo is not great YouTube either, but
trans women refer to their genitals in a myriad of ways. Some say clit, vagina, vulva. Some say dick, girl, dick, or cock. And some say junk. Some say genitals. Some say lady parts. And one hilarious woman described her nether bits to me as Brenda.
Okay, wait. So out of what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 3 of those were correct. The rest were just lies.
For illustrative reasons, I've used anatomical terms like glands and penis at times in this piece, but have otherwise let the women interviewed describe their bodies however they prefer. Names for oral sex run the gamut and include cunnilingus, going down on, getting eaten out, face fucking, and some women even enjoy the term blowjob. It depends on the recipient and how they feel about the act and their genitals. Going down and getting eaten out are great terms, says Maddie Lynn Barnes, a photographer and trans woman living in Oakland. Though I'm typically not the one to offer them, I definitely dislike any terms that have historically been used to denote oral sex with a cis male. Mara, a trans woman in Chicago, whose last name has been omitted for privacy, says her descriptions for the act depend on the situation. I'm pretty flexible in what I use. Sometimes I like it rougher and will say things like, I want you to suck my dick now. And other times it's very sweet and I'm all, I want to go down on you and eat you out until I can't breathe. Oral givers, if you're not sure what to call it or unsure if your partner even wants to receive oral sex at all, just ask. Making wrong assumptions can be a real turnoff. Tongue techniques. The moves associated with oral sex for trans women are similar to other kinds of cunnilingus. Anyway, cunnilingus. Using one's tongue to lick or gently nibble the genitals and or using the pleasure of one's face and nose to stimulate the area. It's important to remember that the clit and glans, the head of the penis, are homologous.
Damn it, now I can't say it.
Meaning they are structurally similar and made up of the same embryonic cells. There are lots of nerve endings in both, and it might feel good to her to focus on those sensitive areas, the glands and the frenulum. The connective tissue on the underside of the head. So when giving head, paying attention to the head.
First of all, maybe at a the cells may be similar or whatever, but they are not. Okay, sorry. Go on. Here,
Okay.
Let me bring it up some for you.
Yeah. Knowing that the clit and glands share the same origin and aren't entirely dissimilar from each other was quite freeing to me, says Maddie Lynn. Also for trans women who opt to get vaginoplasty, this is the portion that is relocated and reshaped to become the clitoral glands. This knowledge helped me to begin to embrace the specific portion of my genitals, or at least harbor less disdain. When someone is going down on me, I direct them to focus on this area. I'm sure the specific spots and movements that feel good are a bit different for everyone. And those who have a clitoris, but I've found it to be a really great experience to have a partner spend a good amount of time on that specific area. Yet, as Allison Moon writes in Girl Sex 101, for some girls, too much gland stimulation can feel annoying. This can be especially true if she gets erections. In this case, Moon recommends small licks about an inch down from the frenulum on the ventral side of her clit.
Hold on, real quick. I love that in Girl Sex 101, it talks about how to go down on a girl with a penis.
Yeah.
That's Girl Sex 101. Go on. I'll bring it up for you.
Thank you. And May Valdivia Rude recommends alternating between the tip and the base. For the latter, she says, try pressing your tongue down against it. You should also be paying attention to nerves. The nerves that you're going to be stimulating will be different depending upon what kind of oral sex you'll be performing, says Mira Bellwether, author of Fucking Trans Women, which covers specific pleasure-rich nerves. She also adds, I'm not sure I adequately expressed in the zine my love for vagus nerve, a very long winding nerve that you can stimulate with masturbation, receiving oral sex on your clit, or stimulating your anus.
All right, I think we get the point. Let's skip down.
I think it's wonderful.
You want to read this whole thing?
No, I don't. But I mean, I feel like I'm educating people.
I want that female penis, you bigot.
Okay. That's a great title, by the way.
But by the way, this is pure art. Listening to culture. Read this out.
Dude, you're going to get clipped. I was going to let you read the whole thing,
art.
but I was like, I think we've gotten plenty. Wow. Oh boy. Thank you, culture. I've never felt dirtier.
What? I thought I did a great job.
You did an amazing job reading
I was clinically reading that, like, you know. Okay.
Very good. Yeti, let's highlight some chat. Let's see what the people have to say. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I may re-edit this.
Are you really going to do that to me?
No, of course not. I mean, I probably will, but I'll just keep it for me. By the way, that reading of yours ran off everyone.
Did it really?
We dropped quite a bit, but
I feel bad. I didn't want to run off Tina. I feel like that may have been a story that might have been a bridge too far.
I think it only dropped after you stopped reading.
Oh, okay.
You know what? It does kind of look like that anyway. What's pictures on? You tried turning it off and back on again. Oh, dude, that's funny.
Dr. CC Ruth.
Dr. CC Ruth.
Dr. Ruth.
That's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else has been going on in the news, dude? I haven't been paying attention.
Oh man. Let's see. Lots of people getting arrested at CNN for, chasing kids, I guess.
Wait, I thought it was just the one guy.
They for whatever reason, let's just, you know what? Yes, specifically there's one person.
So then a lot seems a little
well, I mean, technically, Chris Cuomo had to bail because he was like doing other bad things. It's not like CNN is like kids, a bastion of like quality.
Right, but let's be clear though. Because like when you say a lot of people are getting arrested at CNN for specifically.
Okay, so 2 people for bad behavior. Of course, I guess Chris Cuomo wasn't technically arrested, but he is getting his pantsuit off. So we'll see.
As is Lemon.
Oh, Don Lemon. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. So you have like, there's like, it doesn't seem like a good, like, it doesn't seem good. Let's just say.
Yeah. I mean, anywhere where you have that much influence and power is going to be shaky waters. You got to make sure that you listen to Corny and know those stranger dangers, and how to react to them if you ever get thrown in the back of a pickup truck. You don't have your watch to make you disappear into a hot tub with 2 old swingers.
Well, right now, speaking of CNN, Microsoft is warning that China, Iran, North Korea, and Turkey are exploiting recently revealed software vulnerability in Windows. That's probably not the world's best news.
Hopefully it's Windows 10.
Yeah. Well, it's just Windows.
Dude, did you see the Vasily Lomachenko fight Saturday?
Lemon Jawbreaker? What?
Vasily Lomachenko, the Ukrainian fighter. I talk about him all the time.
Okay. What does he do? Is he a boxer?
Yes, he's a boxer.
Is he like what?
Does he box?
What? Yeah,
like a boxer.
What division?
Light. He's 135 right now.
Oh, so he's not a super heavyweight.
No. Why would I follow super heavyweight? That's just a gimmick. As far as I'm concerned. Anyway, yeah, he fought Comey, and man, dude, he wore him out. I wonder if I can show that.
Here's an interesting article. You know what? I will share this with the class because I pay attention to business-oriented things. Keep talking. I'm sure there's more chat out there.
Okay. Yeah. Yeti, keep highlighting. Oh, he is.
So how did the Lomachenko fight go?
Lomachenko, he won in a decision, but there was this great part that I'm going to share with you.
Wyndham's Millennium. That's 2000. Windows 2K.
All right, so
it's all built on the same framework. It's not been like an upgrade. Lomachenko. Okay, all right. What, does he hit somebody with his fists? You can't play the audio. You should probably turn that down.
There we go. All right. Man, he's just wearing him out, dude. I love the angles that he takes with this.
I like how they're really starting to like actually. Whoa, geez. Now they're really starting to like protect the guy's wrists and stuff. I think that's good.
Yeah.
Oh man, Comey's like, oh man, don't hit me like that.
He's like, I'm kind of good. Look how
Oh, whoa.
wobbly he is.
Oh,
You see
yeah,
him?
he's
Look.
great.
So
Yeah.
he
Oh, dude.
looks over at his corner. He's like, "You gonna let him keep fighting?" All right.
And, oh gosh, yeah, he was
Oh,
dead.
thanks,
Very,
awesome.
very wobbly. Oh, dude, bang. At least he's getting some shots in. Oh wow, did he miss?
Yeah, dude.
I don't like the clutch. Get him in the clutch like
the
that.
clinch.
Yeah, same thing. Wow, that was not a punch. That was a headbutt with a hug.
Well, so he's a southpaw, so it happens. Look, he's calling out to his corner again. Like, do you really want me to keep fighting this guy? Anyway, but he survived the round and just got dominated for the rest of the
He
fight.
hit him with a pretty decent straight right. Dang.
Yeah, but he has power, but it just wasn't enough. The punch total was absurd.
Yeah.
The difference in punch
Yeah,
total.
Windows pushed a massive Louvre and Amakara, just so you know, Windows pushed a massive security fix yesterday because of it. Just FYI. So here's a story I thought was interesting. Again, I pay attention to a lot of business stories. I don't talk about them a lot on my channel. Actually, I've got a video in the pipeline right now that has a little bit of business stuff to it, but this is from CNN. Hey, at least some of these people are. Oh, it's ladies. That's why they're probably not chasing around. Well, maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to make any assumptions.
I found another story for you guys if you want it. It's
thank you so much.
Great. How millions of jobless Americans can afford to ditch work. I don't know that they can afford to ditch work. I think some of them were forced to ditch work for quite some time, but we'll read. One of the more insidious myths this year was that young people didn't want to work because they were getting by just fine on government aid. People had too much money, went the narrative, which we know is wrong. The only trouble is the numbers don't back it up. Well, congratulations. Instead, early retirement, whether forced by the pandemic or made possible otherwise, is playing a big role in America's evolving labor market. People have left the workplace for a myriad of reasons in the past 2 years: layoffs, health insecurity, childcare needs, and any number of personal issues that arose from the disruption caused by the global crisis. But among those that have left and were not able to or don't want to return, the vast majority are older Americans who accelerated their retirement. I actually have seen evidence of this. Earlier this month, ADP chief economist, whoever that is, said the strong stock market, along with soaring home prices, has given some higher income people options. We already saw a large portion of the boomer workforce retiring, and they're in an even better position now. For now, they're about ready to have a massive economic collapse and the stock market's going to tank. But hey, party on. In assessing the jobs recovery, economists have pointed out that while the unemployment rate has come down, which is an artificial thing because, again, you eliminate 6 million jobs. If you add 6 million back, did you really do anything? The labor force participation rate hasn't improved. See, and that's the whole point. But Jared Bernstein, a member of the Brandon's Council on Economic Advisors, said that once non-prime age workers, those over 55, are excluded from the metrics, much clearer picture of how the labor recovery is doing emerges because it strips out the retirement narrative. Welcome, everyone, to what's actually happening. Last month, there were 3.6 million more Americans who had left the labor force and said they didn't want a job compared with 2019. Says Aaron Sojourner, a labor economist professor at University of Minnesota's Carlson School of Management. That's where you go and get an MBA for pay, kids. Older Americans, age 55 and up, accounted for a whopping 90% of that increase. No kidding, because they can afford to just walk away. I think a lot of the narratives imagine prime age workers as being missing, but it actually skews much older. The labor shortage and retirement. These people are about to find out they have no retirement very soon. The oft-lamented labor shortage has become a shorthand for the complicated reality of a global crisis era labor force. Americans are quitting their jobs in record numbers, more than 4 million each month since July. But much of that quitting is happening among young people who are leaving for other better paying jobs. They are not leaving the workforce entirely. Part of it is job quality shortage, says Sojourner. It is a bit of a puzzle why employers aren't raising wages and improving working conditions fast enough to draw people back in. They say they want to hire people. There are 11 million job openings, but they're not creating job openings that people want. Now they just need to pay more. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, one of the biggest liars on the planet, underscored that issue during a news conference on Wednesday. There's a demographic trend underlying all of this. The question is how much we can get back is a good one. And what we can do is try to create the conditions that allow people to come back, he said. Well, of course. Okay, here's we go. I can want a 65-inch TV for $50, but it doesn't mean there's a TV shortage. It means I'm not willing to pay enough to get somebody to sell me a TV, said Sojourner. It's true. Nearly 70% of the 5 million people who left the labor force during the global crisis are older than 55. That's according to researchers from Goldman Sachs, an always reliable company to listen to. Hence lots of money that they've had to give to the federal government on a regular basis. And many of them aren't looking to return. And while I guarantee you that's pretty accurate, 70% seems a little high to thinking humans. Retirements tend to be stickier than other labor force exits, the researchers wrote. Actually, anecdotally, retirements, people come out of retirement all the time to go to work back in the workforce. It's happening everywhere. Even so, they expect that an improving virus situation and increased poking will allow older workers to return to the labor force. In normal times, retired people are often drawn back into the workforce, which is already happening.
Hey, George.
But yeah. Anyway, nobody cares.
No, I got a better article if you want to switch. Like this one just came out.
It was a
very
good
big.
article, but I had to hit this button.
No. We don't do that here. No. Nuh-uh.
So. Hi, George.
Okay. All right. You want to read this one? This is just happening.
DeSantis introduces Stop Woke Act. Oh, yeah, I read this. To ban critical race theory from schools and workplaces. Da, 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 da.
I could probably bring it out a little bit.
Florida.
There you go.
Florida Republican Governor Ron DeSantis took another swipe against critical race theory Wednesday, introducing a bill to ban the controversial curriculum from K-12 schools in the state. The Stop Wrongs Against Our Kids and Employees Woke Act would allow parents to file lawsuits against school districts they suspect of teaching critical race theory and recover attorney's fees when they prevail. The governor said during a press conference, of course he did, our legislation will defund any money from K-12 going to CRT consultants, DeSantis said. Nice. Taxpayer dollars should be used to teach kids to hate our country or to hate each other. DeSantis, who has been touted as a potential 2024 GOP presidential frontrunner if former Donald Trump does not make another White House bid, said people often fear lawsuits more than the fine, as I can't read because the super chat covered it up. As it puts them in an uncomfortable position. I think that gives parents the ability to go in and ensure that our state standards are being followed, he added. The bill, which will be formally introduced in the next legislative session, would also permit teachers to push back against what DeSantis called unlawful mandates from elected district leadership and bar colleges and universities from hiring woke critical race theory consultants.
Nice.
In addition, the proposal includes provisions for employees to protect themselves from incidents of corporate wokeness, such as critical race theory training. We must protect Florida workers against the hostile work environment that is created when large corporations force their employees to endure CRT-inspired training and indoctrination, said DeSantis in a statement from his office, which cited reports of such programs at Google, Bank of America, Raytheon, and don't forget, Disney.
Yep.
Think about what MLK stood for, the governor said. He said he didn't want people to be judged on the color of their skin, but on the content of their character. You listen to some of these people nowadays, they don't talk about that. No, they talk about the exact opposite. He's correct. Democratic State Senator Chevron Jones, the vice chairman of the Chamber's Education Committee, accused DeSantis and Republicans of manufacturing a crisis out of a non-issue. Well, then that flipper should not be in charge of an education committee. Anyway, sorry. And adding that the governor and his team know full well that CRT is not taught in K-12 schools or workplaces. We know that's not true. This person is a lying person.
No. That is true. 100%. She's right. They do not teach critical race theory or any critical theory at the K-12 level whatsoever. That has never been the argument. That's never what anyone has said when they are criticizing it. What the problem is the application of CRT training that they have received in the way that they teach. It's not that they are teaching specifically CRT. This is how they try to get around it. No one's saying they teach CRT. It is the application of that training into what they introduce to the kids, how they introduce it, and the lens and through which they teach it.
Right. George is looking for your Streamlabs link. I don't think you have a way to get paid, do you, Matt?
I don't need it. I don't need money.
Okay. Well, there you go. Someday you will when you get to 1,000 subs.
Nah, anyway. I plan on sticking with this.
You could send it to mine. I'm okay.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I forgot that she was independently wealthy, and thereby, for extension, therefore you are as well.
Oh no, she has to work for it, but yeah.
But the workplaces also bad. Okay, so over the summer, DeSantis called on Florida's Department of Education to ban critical race theory curriculum because curriculum can be based on critical race theory without teaching it, which is true, which teaches the idea that racism is systemic in America's legal societal structures, which it isn't, and we know that for sure. Banning critical race theory has become a massive Republican talking point in recent months as the party looks to retake Congress in the 2022 midterms, which I think you're looking at a red wave unless you get some massive fortification. Yeah, you could click on the next story because Pelosi was drunk as I've ever seen her. The other may have been today, I don't know, but she was really hammered the last time she talked in public. It was insane, just blazed. Pelosi slams outrageous crime surge, won't admit to liberal cause. Well, there you go. This is fun, just reading the news. I don't get to do
this. It would be nice if we could talk about the last one we read.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, rewind. Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, let me put this down.
We should.
And I want to see what the chat thinks.
Me too. I'm sorry. I'm like going full on news mode. It was a good time.
Yeah, you can invite him if you want.
Invite someone?
Yeah.
All right.
We don't have much time, but he can come on. Anyway, what is the chat saying? Oh, I guess ask them to invite someone, so I guess I will go and see what's up. So I'm starting from the is a house husband. Oh yeah. Mad doesn't.
Yes, Cosmic Fusion. He's a Captain Man.
Yet this is true. I do this because I enjoy it. I enjoy hanging out with everybody, even y'all in the chat. Wookie, no matter what you do I do care what you think.
Fusion.
Did you send the invite, Yeti?
Yeah, I sent it.
Okay.
Go.
Why is he still here?
I feel hurt.
Normally we don't bring over street smarts, but I don't know what it is about my channel that brings it out of culture. He's normally not this mean over on his channel.
I'm not mean. And you know what? And I agree with George Molo in the chat that Ed Brewer does have the greatest governor ever.
No, culture was screaming at me in the back. It was terrible.
I was. Don't scream at people.
You can contact our HR department.
Yeah, go to the DIE committee, the diversity, inclusion, and extramarital affair thing, or whatever it is.
I don't take away all the other criticism of the DEI or whatever they call them, right? The diversity, inclusion, equity, whatever, right?
Yeah.
All those different companies, they go into a business or a school or whatever, and they identify systematic racism or any other problem, right? Any type of oppression. Now they're paid to come in and look and see if it's there. They're also paid to help clean it up and fix it.
Yeah.
So what makes anyone think that they're going to hire them and they're not going to find anything to keep getting paid? Think about it.
Yeah. And no, the 16-bit mascot. I am not a bad person.
Yeah, no, he doesn't make a secret about it at all.
I'm not a bad person.
He threatened to hit me.
I did not. I've never threatened to hit. What?
Did you do something with your audio?
I'm getting rickrolled right now.
Hey, Yeti, is he coming or what?
I don't know. I haven't heard back.
Did you send him a? Oh, he probably doesn't.
I did send him a link.
Yeah, but if it came from you, he probably won't trust it. I'll do it. Let me see.
I can be here.
No. Go back down.
Oh.
You're supposed to be editing a video right now, Yeti. What are you doing?
Yeah, Yeti.
I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this.
Well, if it's too much, then you're gonna have to quit working for Culture.
Wow. Yeah. No,
what did you do, Wookie? Whose feelings did you hurt?
I am not a Bond villain. I'm a nice person.
That's blowing one.
Ask anybody who's ever worked with me.
It is not safe to let you on a panel.
Me?
We done blowing feminine penises yet? Nice.
Who said that?
Wook. And for the most part, yeah, I am.
I don't know that I was.
Fool me once, right, Culture?
I never had that uncomfortable circumstance, nor would I. I'm not in the situation to go out trolling for stuff.
Oh, the tyrant.
Who's a tyrant? Culture Casino Royale. That's right. But I don't have the eye blood going on there. Blue-eyed Roof Korean, the base. Man,
man. Could you imagine having like being strapped to a chair that has a hole at the bottom and your balls are hanging and they're just like hitting it with a rope?
Talk about a whack job.
I didn't care for that.
Don't kink shame people.
Yeah, you can stay up here until he gets here.
I'm not going to be hit.
No,
again?
You're not going to be hit. No.
Ed Brewer, I don't know, Culture. You do not suffer fools. No, I don't. Not well.
Wait, I don't care for that. Is he calling me a fool or a Yeti?
I don't know.
I'm no fool.
No, they're trying to assert that I am a Bond villain.
Well, you did say you're going to poison my water supply.
I didn't. No, that was the Joker. I am not the Joker.
And Neil Breen.
Well, what did you say about getting rid of half of the population in the universe? What was that about?
That wasn't me. That was that purple dude from the Avengers films.
Huh. But what about that green laser that you wanted to shoot from the sky to bring in aliens, or blue laser? It's a sky laser.
Also not me.
The correct term, nomenclature is aliens of color.
That's true. Was it? Wait a minute. So was that guy Loki that did that, or girl Loki that did that?
Don't know. That was you.
All right.
Well, what about
Hey, what's up, Shiftygism?
What about that T virus that you wanted to release on everybody?
What?
Yeah, that was dark.
Yeah. And like there was dogs, there was zombie dogs, and
I don't remember any of those things.
No.
Yeah,
and human cloning experiments.
Yeah, what's up with all the human cloning culture?
All women, all the women. Same woman.
Is it like the Matrix? Yeah.
What? No.
And again, also not my jam. Why didn't Thanos just spread everyone around the universe in habitable places instead of killing half? Yeah, it's a good question.
There are so
it's
many
actually a good point. He's got all that power.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? He like basically runs homeless buses, and he's like New York City. He's like, okay, we're gonna take our homeless, we're gonna ship him to San Francisco, and San Francisco is gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna ship him over to, Dallas, Texas, and Dallas would be like, no, man, you're going to Austin.
He could have just put them on an entirely new planet, or created, a few new planets that he could put people on.
there are so many different scenarios that he could have done rather than destroy half the people. But I mean,
especially with that power. Like if you could just take out half, you could create something.
Well, and you know what? To be honest with you, if he were going to do that, and everybody knew he was going to do that, don't you think the Celestials would have gained up on him because they don't want half of the life mass to be destroyed? That way, we would never had to suffer the Eternals.
But did they exist?
The Celestials, of course they did.
Yeah. Oh well, I haven't seen that movie. Refuse to
Well,
see it.
you
But
don't have to see the
I'm
film.
gonna try to
You
see
can just
Spider-Man
read the
tomorrow.
books.
Nah, that's all right.
Oh,
I get it.
Speaking of which, Spider-Man,
It's coming out
from
tomorrow.
all anecdotal accounts, well, it's or tonight.
What are you predicting the box office?
Oh wow! It's going to be over 100 million. I have no doubts about it. The reason I know this,
Whoa.
well, globally it'll be over 200. I agree.
Yeah, domestic.
Domestic over 100 million. The reason I'm saying that is because it is so far, anecdotally, I have been told, very good film, almost non-existent levels of intersectionalism, which is almost impossible.
All right, brother.
In a Marvel thing.
Well, real quick. So Yeti, I'm going to try this with you. So, what is your prediction for the domestic box office?
Did it. I just gave a prediction.
Okay, I think this is gonna do really well. So like I'm thinking high, 150, that type of thing. Like I think it's
domestic on its opening weekend.
Oh, okay. Well, it depends on what you're defining as, because they keep changing how many days counts for the opening weekend.
We include the Thursday previews in the Friday totals now. Just to make that assumption.
So I'm going to take the over at 150. I'm thinking 175 is my cap. I think 175 will be somewhere around that number.
Yeah, like I think it's gonna set records. People are really into this. They're so into it. So, and not just for Spider-Man's bulge.
Don't worry, Yeti. I'll do the producing as well. So yeah, no, man. Like all of my sources right now are telling me that that it's not woke. It's a enjoyable movie. So yeah, and these are sources that I trust. So
you have sources?
Well, I have Tom's sources.
Well, yeah, Sony's in control of this, and they've kind of learned their lesson of just been trying to make something fun. They were doing that with Venom. Say what you will about the story and stuff, but they didn't put anything extra in there. It was just fun movie.
Highlight 70s about Handy Randy. You see the little hand at the bottom?
That wasn't okay. But yeah. But
what time is the dump?
Minutes from now.
Hey, ODG. I don't think so, dude. Those trailers have done nothing but discourage me.
Yeah, Pickles, dude. I love you, man, but Matrix is going to suck.
I know how much you love this. And in fact, I rewatched the trilogy.
I was assuming he was being sarcastic.
No.
Well, the first film was great. The other two were and this one is also a day and date release. I don't think it cracks 30.
Yeah.
Okay, I take that back. It might crack 35 million in its opening weekend, but I don't think it's going to be huge. I mean, I've seen some prediction as high as 50 on the opening weekend for Matrix, but I don't think so.
It's going to bomb. It's going to bomb so hard.
I don't know about bomb, but there's no way it will beat Spider-Man because
who was asking for it?
It is released on HBO Max day of.
Where is George?
But honestly, who's asking for this reboot or sequel? Especially when they're removing, Lawrence Fishburne and all of that.
Real quick, what I wanted to say was like, as far as the trilogy, the first one holds up. I watched it like maybe a month, maybe 2 months ago, right? The whole trilogy. First one holds up. The second one, the second half of it was good. Like that first half, it was a drag to get through. But the second half, like the girlfriend and I were like, oh, okay, yeah, we're back in. Right? That third one, unbearable. I mean, you want to just talk about like, let's get through this. Why is it still going? How much longer?
Well, it's almost like they got too much money after the first, because they've really they had a smaller budget. They did all those interesting things, and then come the next ones are just everything's computer generated.
Well,
It lost the same feel. Like
so
you've got
yeah,
all the Neos fighting, and it looks cheap.
well, like I said, like I've always said, without that adversity, then you have no need um for innovation, right?
Yeah,
Like if you look some of the greatest movies ever, they had no budget and they had to work around the issues they had to get their vision on screen. You don't have that anymore with a lot of these big budget things. Like with anything Disney does, they have you know
More money
a
than they
god
need.
amount of money, yeah,
Yeah.
and they can just buy whatever they want, but they
Yeah.
hire horrible people and misspend their money. But
and the story it got boring and convoluted. It started so strong. That first one, I saw that so many times. It was just like I can't wait to see where it goes, and then it just
I don't think this is going to help out the whole the whole story thing. Like it's not going to simplify what they were doing.
No.
I don't think it will be. The only way it will be a beginning of a sequel trilogy is if it like blows everything out of the water. Like if it blows the predictions of it out of the water. But I don't see it doing that. Like if it fails,
This is, and not only that, I mean, to be honest with you, Keanu is probably done with this franchise after this film, and he is fully immersed in John Wick, and the fans want him in John Wick. Hell, they want him to be Constantine in another Constantine film.
oh, I would go for that.
Yeah,
I would so go for
and
that.
then you can bring back what's her name.
they may
all
not
that
plan
shit.
on they may not plan on it being the only movie. But I guarantee if it fails, they're not going to pay them 500 million to make another movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
how much do you want to bet that Neo isn't the hero in this one? He's gonna be replaced by
By
one of the other
Trinity?
Of
females.
course.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
what's gonna happen.
the last trailer I saw, it focused on that chick who we've never seen in a movie before. We have no connection, no idea who she is, and she's just kicking ass everywhere, like doing
Yeah,
things that Neo did after Neo
shaved
was
side of
Neo.
the head type of
Yeah.
yeah. I think she had like purple hair, or
Yep.
I can't. Yeah, it's gonna be so bad. There's gonna be so much wokeness in there.
Thank God it's gonna be on HBO because there's no way I would have went to the theater to see this.
Well,
None.
it opens December 22nd, the second week of what will basically be Spider-Man box office.
Oh my God, it may not be Spider-Man that second week.
Nope.
Like, there's a real
It won't.
possibility that The Matrix is
won't.
going to come out and not be number one. It's opening weekend.
I'd put money on it.
I would have to put that. I would take that bet too, man. I would. Yeah, I would definitely put my money on Spider-Man for that second week.
Yep. Yeah, it won't displace Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man's going to be I think it's going to be out there in the world for 3 to 4 weeks before it starts to fall off appreciably. So,
Yeah. No, he doesn't need the money.
It seems like a weird time to open it too.
It
like,
is.
Right, December 22nd. That
Like-
just doesn't seem like a good spot.
Who is this? Warner Brother, right? They're the ones that own this.
yep.
Did they not know about this Spider-Man guy?
Look, Warner's been taking a bath this year, and they did it willingly. I mean, I don't know what you expect me to say. I have a feeling that that it wasn't going to matter when this got released. It wasn't going to do the numbers that they needed it to do. So let's just put it that way. It just wasn't going to.
If Spider-Man is half as good as what what my sources have been telling me, there's no way it's gonna beat it because it won't take much. Because it's like Jaeger. It's like Jaeger bombs. You know what I mean? Like in the moment when you watch it, you're like, yeah, Jaeger. And then when the movie is over, you're like, why was I drinking Jaeger? That's so disgusting. Like it's always better in the moment, kind of a thing.
Well, I don't even think it has to have like really good reviews. It's Spider-Man, and that's a franchise that kind of transcends into all the normie spaces. Like people get behind him.
Well, what's crazy is like like people are just been like I think like some of the reviews I've seen were just like basically like it has nostalgia, like it can be a little nostalgia-y here and there, but they didn't knock it for that though. Afterlife was a different story. They knocked it entirely for being nostalgic and having member berries.
Well, and
because
yet
it's Marvel.
Spider-Man does too. And we're looking at this. We're looking at it from that perspective. I really have this solid feeling that Spider-Man, if it's verifiably not woke, which again, I'm willing to believe that it's not.
Yeah, that's what my sources are saying.
Sony's got too much control over that. They wouldn't chance that. They won't chance screwing up Spider-Man. They need this money,
and Sony is going to win the box office this year. It's a conversation Tom and I had yesterday. I don't think they're going to sacrifice that at all. I don't think they're willing to.
No,
they don't have the fuck you money that Disney has. Disney had, I don't know if they still really do, but they had the money to just do whatever they wanted with the MCU or whatever, right? And just say fuck it. Sony doesn't have that money. They don't have like that we're gonna do whatever we want.
Yeah, that's gonna bite Disney in the ass. There's no way it's sustainable over the long term.
Casino Bro Oil. That's tough for me to say though.
Casino Bro Oil.
Yeah.
I look. The Matrix is gonna flop. It's not going to do well at all. But that's not going to be the barometer or the measuring stick or whatever term you want to throw at it that Warner is going to use for the film. They're going to see if it generated subs for HBO Max or kept subs, which is another aspect of another metric a lot of people don't talk about, which is the churn through your subscription services, whatever they happen to be. So, I have a good feeling that the fact that unless Neil Patrick Harris's army show up to the Matrix, because he's in the film. Unless they show up, I don't think it's going to do very well at all.
Oh, you know what movie that has Neil Patrick Harris in that I'm actually really excited for? The new Nick Cage one.
Yeah, that movie looks
amazing.
Awesome.
The unbearable weight of talent.
Yeah, we watched it last night when I was on Midnight Edge.
Was it good?
And dude, the trailer was amazing. Like, I'm so pumped for that movie now.
Can we bring it up?
No, because we're ending it. We were just giving time for we got the dump that we're gonna be on, Yeti.
Yeah, the dump. Yeah, the dump is coming up in 36 minutes.
36 minutes. I need to grab something to eat.
Yeah, I figured, and I need to get ready for Christmas
that's right.
party. Yeah. So you'll have a chance to fleece Ryan all by yourself, man. So
nice. Yeah. What? I was not listening. I was already thinking of food.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. But so everybody knows, we invited George, and George basically ignored us.
he probably was busy. He's probably busy.
Or he was looking for a link to donate. Like he did with 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser yesterday. So he could have just been asking for a link on how to donate to you.
I think he was.
I got a sugar mama, so good to go.
Yeah. Hope you didn't offend George. Did you offend George, man?
He could send things to my links. I'm okay with that.
No, I didn't offend George. Why would I offend George? George offended me.
You're really mean to George.
I'm not mean to George.
I've witnessed it in person.
Whatever. Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting that we're on this show and not one of ours. No, like the whole George thing in me, I love it. Like, we're having so much fun with it, dude. I'm wanting to actually get him on a one-on-one stream.
He's so great. I can't wait to have him on the Sunday Culture Review. I'm kind of hoping that'll inspire you to wake up and show up to one of those.
Dude, the Cowboys played at noon last week. I'll look them up right now and see what time this week's game is. All right.
You went super Southern there. As soon as that subject came up.
Yeah, how'd the Cowboys do last weekend, man?
They won 27-20. Man, that defense, bro. Oh man, that Micah Parson.
Where you think it's going to be good?
It's another noon game, bro.
Yeah, see, whatever. It's Taco Wednesday, fellas. I feel like eating it out. Oh no!
Is that where they had the feminine? All right, so
I did not catch that.
Wow. Well, I know this.
Barely won. Man, watch that game again. That defense had a man from the whole time.
I have a strong feeling that the boys are going to disappoint you when we get to the playoffs. Just thinking.
Nope. Not this year. This is our year. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Boys never disappoint, Mad.
Nope. Well,
no.
The Cowboys.
That didn't sound good at
No,
all.
I don't care. Put him back in the back. My God.
No. How does he get back up here?
I don't know. Next week we will be back on Culture's channel, and hopefully in a couple of weeks this whole switching back and forth will actually pay off.
Yep, and but the barometer of quality be a little bit higher next week. So,
wow, bye everyone.
Well, I was also suggesting that you could post it on your community tab.
Yeah, that would be good. I'll do that next time.
Well, I did put it in the private chat, but you never read it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Listen now, Mr. Kansas Law Dog. Law don't go around here. Savvy?
Hey, Law Dog. Law don't go around here. And I say, Law Doggy. Law don't go around here.
I want you to know it's over.
Well, bye.